Hi guys, I'm Miss Mini Life. I'm back again to show you how I make stuff. Many of you already know that because you are already subscribed to the channel. But what you might not know is that I write for a magazine. This is it. It's called Shrunk Magazine, and it started last year during the pandemic, and it is a modern miniature magazine that features tons of amazing artists, and there's some tutorials in there for you guys. I will leave the link down in the description box. There's a print version and there's also a digital version available. So for this coming edition of the magazine, I did an article about this tiny little beach house. But at the end of the article, the house was looking a little empty. I decided to fill it with some really flippin' small furniture and show you guys how I went about making all of these little pieces. So that's what we're gonna be building today, right now. So the kitchen seemed like as good a place as any to start this project. I wanted to try out making marble countertops, and I thought making them in the tiniest scale possible was a good way to introduce myself to the idea. All of the wood that I use in this project is craft wood, and it's a 1/16 of an inch thick. I cut a piece of expanded PVC to be the top of the counter, and then I printed out a marble pattern from the internet and am gluing down that piece onto the paper. And I'm cutting out a hole for the sink. The nice thing about working in this scale is that most of the design elements are superficial. I don't have to make working drawers or doors or handles that can actually be used to pull anything open, which is actually really nice because it takes a lot of the stress of actually designing a working model out of it, and I can just create something that I think looks pretty. I'm using cardstock that I've colored with a Prismacolor metallic marker for the handles, and gluing everything together with extra strength tacky glue. I got some polystyrene, thin plastic tubes, and I'm shaping them by just bending them to create the sink for the kitchen. And once again using my Prismacolor pen to give it a silver tint. For the glaze on the top, to make it look like it's shiny marble, I'm using my favorite UV resin and curing it with a black light. And then since a lot of the kitchen isn't actually going to be showing, I decided to stop there and start moving on to the living room. I made the frame for the couch using small wooden dowels. And then after giving it a coat of tacky glue, I made the upholstery out of a paper towel. I'm coloring in all the details on the couch with a colored pencil. I made a coffee table and some microscopic books out of the expanded PVC board. This stuff is great because you can just color it with permanent marker. And when I'm working in this scale, using markers is a lot easier than trying to hold on to something and then paint it. For the tiny plant, I used some string, covered it in tacky glue, and then dropped some wood shavings onto it, and then painted over the entire thing. Even though he spends much of his time on the water, he does enjoy reading occasionally. So I'm giving him a bookshelf that is crammed with books. And to make the books, I'm using cardboard that I recycled from some box from the kitchen. And the same wood that I use to make the couch. Since this surfer's house doesn't really have a lot of walls or doors and just has an open concept, there needed to be some kind of privacy in here. So I'm making a screen to go between the bedroom and the living room for when guests are invited over. I used a tiny layer of fuzzy fabric and then covered it in tissue paper to make this mattress. The nice thing about tissue paper is that it soaks up permanent marker ink in a believably tie-dye-ish fashion. So for his tie-dye bed covering, I used that to my advantage. And then all that was left was to fill in some little decoration pieces. I made a carved wooden fish to go on the wall. Some nautical rope as decoration. And a life preserver, because of course. And that's it. We're all finished with the interior of this tiny beach house. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did like the video and if you're not subscribed to my channel. And I'll see you guys next time.